I just completed a major listing presentation training with all my coaching clients. And so in this video, I grabbed the pre-listing section where I'm going to share with you all of the things I'm asking my coaching clients to do prior to their listing appointment. And these are to save you time, to impress the seller with new technology, and to help you increase your conversion rates with those next listing appointments. So I hope you guys enjoy this training session that I did with the big group. And as always, would you please go ahead and subscribe to the channel? That helps me out. If you want to really follow along, click that notification bell. And I do send out maybe once or twice a month an e-newsletter of all of the latest ideas, latest videos, any of the best things that I'm finding out there in the world. So drop down below and sign up for the newsletter and I'll send you the next one. It's easy to unsubscribe. All right, enjoy this and let's get to work on our listing presentation. We've got to really up our game with the pre-listing package is what we traditionally have called that, which is just, what can you deliver to the homeowner in advance? And then I just basically asked this question, which is, what should we or could we deliver either physical or digital to the homeowner to check as many boxes in their mind as possible, leaving you and them with only what's important to discuss face to face and to save you and them a bunch of time. So like, what could we do? And I see a lot of pre-listing packages and they're just not that thoughtful. They're just like stupid stuff. But I really want you to be thinking like, how do I check boxes so that when I show up, it's a better experience? When I show up, they're way farther ahead. When I show up, they have more respect for me than the other agent who didn't, right? Now we can spend more time having more interesting conversations than stupid ones, okay? High note, by the way, I'm loving this technology. I got the 20% discount code right here. I didn't have it before. They just raised their prices. So use my link, use my discount code. I think I make like $5 if you do that. So that's, but if I get like 20 of you guys to do it, then I can, buy you guys lunch the next time I see you. So thank you. Okay. Next. So here's the list. 1, 2, 3, who you are, your broker, your brand. I wrote this, our promise to home sellers. I thought this was pretty good. I think we should make some type of promise to a home seller, right? And I kind of wrote some things down there. That's a very rough draft, which I'd love for you guys to make that way better for me. Like put some cool language in there, put your promises. I think, you guys could probably do a 10x better job than me, but I got you started. Okay, what's the best way to summarize your authority, your social proof of success, your experience, right? Utilizing third-party validation, right? I.e. the map of sales, reviews, testimonials, Google My Business, which is now called Google Business Profile, your Premier Agent Zillow profile. LinkedIn, I think, is very powerful. Building reviews on LinkedIn is a great idea. One of my great clients, Amar, in the Bay Area, he has a really robust LinkedIn profile. And that makes him look very professional compared to all of the other numbnuts out there. Okay. Yelp, whatever it is, just stack it in there. Okay. I think list of references is a really great idea. Randy Ora, one of my coaching clients, Tom Ferry coach, he just did a video and he said something in his video telling homeowners. I thought this was brilliant. Randy told homeowners, he said, hey, if you're interviewing other agents, you should be asking for a list of references. And he gave them specific instructions. He says, don't just have them give you their best references from the last 5 years. Have them give you the name of the last 3 sellers they worked with. And I was like, ooh, that was good. Very strategic. I love Randy. He's a very, very strategic guy. List of references. My favorite coach, Miss Eileen Rivera, she has 2 different listing presentations. One in the farm, why hire the local expert? And then one when she's outside of the farm and all these other marketplaces surrounding, and it's why not to hire the local expert and why you want to hire someone who sells all over town. That's a very powerful move. Okay. Marketing plan highlights. You guys have seen this where I wrote a script here on, I think there's 5 questions that we should be answering. What's the purpose of marketing, right? How do you present properties online? How do you educate buyers and out of area agents of the value of a property? How do you market the property to the ideal buyer and also the other agents who have buyers? And then how do you position the property to be picked over the competition? Those are the 5 questions that I believe we need to answer. And so In that link, there's the document. I wrote a bunch of stuff around that. I think that would be valuable. Next, shout out to Mr. Chris Brower over there in Layton, Utah, because he's been, you know, before he was the guy that had he's been doing a good job with his YouTube channel. And oh, by the way, after 1 year of suffering through all the YouTube stuff that most of you have not done yet, and he was kind of running into a very pissed off at me position at the beginning of this year because it wasn't working. All of a sudden, he is on track right now to have the best year of his career, and it's pretty much has already taken 10 listings and has a bunch of listings in the pipeline right now, all from his past client sphere, mostly due to the strength of now of his digital online presence. And then now all of them have been seeing him on social, watching his YouTube videos, getting his emails, and now all of them are calling him and referring him. Took about 1 year, guys, with a lot of effort to get to that point. But anyways, he was the guy that was like, he got a call from one of his past clients. He showed up to the listing appointment and he said, hey guys, let's step one, let's talk about, what we can do to help you prepare your home for sale. And they said, don't worry, Chris, we watched your YouTube video on it. We took some notes. We just have a few questions for you. He's like, great. Then he sat down at the table and he said, let's talk about, where the housing market is. And they said, don't worry, Chris, we watched your last 2 videos on the housing market. We're totally, we get it. Just tell us what to do and let's do it. Oh, save time. I'll set you guys up to just discuss the things that are most important. And that's it. Wow, that was helpful. Okay. Next, I wrote this kind of 5 things to discuss before going on the market. And I think this would be great for you guys to do a video on that. Like, what are the most important things that a seller should decide on? What research should they be doing? What conversations should they be consulting you with? I wrote out some things here. It's not perfect. It's not, amazing, but it kind of gets you guys started. Now, then what are some additional things you could share, leave behind? In California, sometimes our tax records are actually a little off. So it's kind of cool to send those in advance for them to review to make sure that all the details are right. Maybe a copy of the previous listing of the home to show that to them, a listing agreement document, some seller disclosure documents, maybe a CMA summary, some active pending sold research. And then I wrote this 5 phases of selling a home, which I thought was pretty good. So you can see this is the reason why I believe HighNote is the best tool right now is because that's a lot of stuff, right? Like videos and PDFs, and there's just a ton of content. And so if you watch this video that I did with the founder of HighNote on YouTube, and you get to the middle and the back, he'll show you how HighNote is really condensing this, modernizing it, making it super easy for the consumer to kind of pick what they would want to look at. And then if they were like looking at this list of all these things on the HighNote and they first clicked on the housing market, and then second, they clicked on your authority stuff, right? And then they clicked on they clicked on your promises, and then they clicked on your marketing plan thing, you would actually see the order in which they clicked to review this stuff. And then it would actually tell you how long they spent on it. And then they clicked on the listing agreement. And then they spent, 20 minutes on the sold active pending. Would you like to know all of that before you showed up? That would be pretty slick, don't you think? Now, when you show up, you're like, hey, pretty much like, exactly what's going on. Okay. So that's what I believe HighNote provides as a tool set. So that's why I'm a big fan of that. I really like that feedback component, and I like the way it stacks it and organizes it in a super efficient manner, and we can load the deck. On my mastermind group call this morning, I was looking at someone else's PDF of their pre-listing package, and I'm like, God, this PDF is just so stupid and annoying. Right. And it's not an effective presentation tool that's engaging, and it's missing a lot of opportunities. So anyways,